NPL football returns to Seymour Shore on a clear Saturday afternoon. The Sharks return to home comforts in as good of form as they've been all season. They have a chance to do something they haven't done in a very long time tonight. Put together 4 consecutive wins in the NPL New South Wales men's competition. In their way stand Blacktown City, who are playing for something a little different, stuck in the bottom 2 and desperate to climb out. A result on the road would be a good step towards that. All to play for in the Shire tonight. It's the Sutherland Sharks hosting Blacktown City FC. Will Constantinides up on the scaffold for you tonight, and it is a picture-perfect night of football in the Shire. Not a single bit of winter cold here. A nice cool 18 degrees, clear skies, no wind or sight of rain. Should make for an excellent set of conditions for a good game between two sides that have seen plenty of each other down the years. Two of the mainstays of this competition who, in usual circumstances in years gone by, would find themselves at the opposite ends of the ladder. Blacktown City for so long, perennial finals contenders and silverware contenders, they find themselves in a relegation scrap this season. Compare that to Sutherland, who have always been towards the bottom half of the ladder in previous years, but now come into this game as the side that sit inside the top 6. So without any further delay, let's get you straight into the team news. Starting first with David Perkovic's Sutherland Sharks. As mentioned, they come off 3 straight wins in the league, and no surprises, he makes no changes to the side that defeated St George FC by 2-1 away from home. Richard Shueke's 80th minute winner, the difference last week. Here's how they line up in goal. Number 1, Daniel Nizic. Number 3 is Yanni Nicolau. Number 4, Thijs van Amerongen. Number 5, Jordan Perez. Number 6, Riley Hollingdale. Didn't he score a nice goal last week as well? Number 8 is Brendan Gann. Number 11, Danny Choi. Number 15 at the back also, Jamie Pachewski. Number 17, Richard Shueke, who has found a nice little purple patch at the right part of the season. Number 18, Gian Fiorese. And number 21, Nick Olsen. As for Blacktown City and Mark Crittenden's side, they are also searching for 3 points. They are winless in their last 5. Just the 1 win away from home this season, but with the veteran presence combined with some exciting youngsters in this team, they have the names on paper to get the job done. It'll just be about executing against a quality Sutherland outfit. Mark Crittenden also makes no changes coming in today's game. In goal is number 1, Caden Henderson. Number 3, Lachlan Tilt. Number 4, Nick O'Brien. Number 7, Travis Major. Number 10, Maxim Yej. Number 14, Mitch Malia. Number 11, Kodai Tanaka. Number 15, Caleb Jackson-Brown. Number 19, Seb Hayward. Number 22, Jacob Maniti. And number 27, the former Sutherland Shark, returning for the first time as a Blacktown City Demon, is number 27, Nathan Grimaldi. And he's hooked up towards Major. He's unable to bring it down. It's a fight for possession. It's Olsen that comes away with it. He checks inside and searches immediately for Shueke. That pass is cut out, but Shueke is able to recover. Passes going each way. It'll be still with the Sutherland Sharks. These two teams played a crazy game back in March. A 3-2 win for Sutherland on that occasion, which had 2 red cards to Blacktown City. It was a crazy game over at Landon Stadium in which Blacktown sort of dug themselves into a bit of a hole that they ultimately couldn't find themselves out of as Malia and Major looked to link up. Major holding it up, asking for some support. They'll take their time though. Blacktown City as Grimaldi swings it across to Nick O'Brien. Here is Lachlan Tilt. Bouncing it off Jackson Brown. Swing the ball wide in search of Malia. It's eventually cleared up the line. Historically, Blacktown City have enjoyed a good record against their opponents today, and they have a lot of players that have played in previous games against Sutherland to try and lean on coming to Seymour Shore. Of course, it is a pretty lengthy trip from Landon Stadium, the best part of an hour. Malia turning, trying to find some support with Major. It does stay with Malia. Grimaldi. O'Brien. Back to Grimaldi, who's played the ball out of play here. I think they just want to replace the ball and sense that the initial ball may have been flat. Now, I forgot to run you through who our referees are. Out in the centre today is Thomas Dale. He's assisted by Matthew McCorist and Glenn Stubbings. Our fourth official is Alana Zich. And so with that deflated ball sorted, now there's a bit of an issue with Caden Henderson. He's had the ball pinched off him. This could be an opportunity here for Sutherland. Numbers getting forward. Shueke lifting it back post. Tilt will take no chances because Danny Choi was lurking around the back. And now there's more discussion with the ball. I think Danny Choi's not happy now. And he's given it back to referee Thomas Dale. And we'll have a third ball used in today's proceedings. And we're still waiting for another ball to come onto the pitch here. We've had 2 balls used already in the first 4 minutes of the game. And Daniel Nizic has just come over to ask about the third one. And so, meanwhile, while all this is happening, Sutherland are waiting to take their first corner of the game. And they do have a couple of set-piece goals in them, Sutherland. Thijs van Amerongen in particular has popped up a couple of times. He's a towering presence from the back. Jamie Pachevsky is also known for the same. They've got 2 central defenders that can contribute at this end of the field. And so now that's the third ball that's been thrown into play. And Riley Hollingdale will take this resulting corner. They're all queued around Caden Henderson. See a sea of blue shirts inside the box. Lots of work for Blacktown City to do early here. The in-swinging right-footed delivery of Hollingdale to come. It's deep. It's towards the back post. It has found its target. Not cleared away by Blacktown. It will be a goal kick after all of that. And it was Pachevsky who was at the back stick most likely to do the damage. And so Blacktown City able to restart with a goal kick. Here's Tilt. Gets a signal to go long. Malia will try and get to this. He won't though, ahead of Pachevsky. Here is Hollingdale. Going back to Daniel Nizic. Assessing his options. Blacktown City able to just close in around him, and so Nizic is forced to go long. O'Brien underneath it. Second ball comes back down with Maniti. Tanaka and Tilt. Across to Henderson. The press is coming. To get rid of it quickly, and did. It allows Blacktown to find some progress down that left flank. Maniti at the base of midfield. And despite a heavy press from Sutherland, they've found their way out now. Malia. Van Amerongen is right there. Again, was across to pinch it and had Thijs van Amerongen's left arm not been wrapped around Jacob Maniti. Brendan Gann and Richard Shueke would have been racing away down the other end. You can just see Sutherland setting up in a 5-4-1 defensively. Gann and Hollingdale in this double pivot in midfield. It's been a midfield combination that's grown into the season as it's gone on. Many predicted Sutherland to start the season with roaring success, but with so many new names and a new manager, it's taken them a bit of time to gel. But when they are at their best, Sutherland, they can absolutely trouble some of the best teams in the league, as was shown a couple of weeks ago when they went to Sydney United at Adensa Park and walked away with a 1-0 win against one of the consensus top 3 sides in the competition, and a side that led the league for so long. Nizic. That's over the head of Shueke. Check of the shoulder from O'Brien. Gives it to Tanaka. Perez is up ahead of him though. Maniti. You can just see Blacktown moving through the gears with the ball at their feet right now. And they're searching for Major in the middle. Was caught a little static. Recycled by Maniti and Grimaldi. That's Jackson Brown, slaloming between defenders. Henderson. Looking for the direct option. It breaks down though. Fiorese can restart this here for Sutherland. Nicolau. Let's get rid of it quickly, and both sides looking assured of themselves in possession right now. Sutherland certainly will like to have more of it on their home patch. But with Marlier and Major up top, Blacktown City have shown they are more than capable of taking their chances when they come. Those two have been in some of the best form of their well-established careers in the NPL. That's a good ball into Brendan again, but it's going to fall, and it's blazed over the bar. And Richard Shueke can't believe it. A great opportunity early for Sutherland, and in the touch that Shueke has been in recent weeks, all around the ground would have expected the net to bulge. I don't think he quite expected it to come to him. Brendan Gann just making that deep midfield run, was unsighted into the box. Didn't quite connect on the initial shot attempt, and that's when it fell to Richard Shueke. Again, bustling through midfield again. Shueke is contained by O'Brien. Again, trips up Jacob Maniti. As mentioned, Richard Shueke coming into this game in great form. He has 4 goals in his last 7. Started the season a little slow, was thrusted into that starting 9 role with the absence of Mili Popovic. And in recent weeks has really come alive in that spot. He was with Sutherland last season and has grown into the responsibility given to him by David Perkovic. Pasewski. Danny Choi, former Blacktown City man for so long, has many famous moments in a Blacktown City shirt. A nice reverse pass. Shueke is going to leave this here. A good move by Sutherland. It's fallen back post. And Nick Olsen couldn't quite connect with it. That's a couple of nice attacking moves by the Sutherland Sharks. Yanni Nicolau with a dynamic run from right wing back. And that's what Sutherland will do. You have Yanni Nicolau and Jordi Perez at right and left wing back respectively, 2 of the most attacking minded players in their own positions. They'll be the ones to provide the width for Sutherland tonight as Perez. Tanaka goes in strongly and has won it back. It's going to be Sutherland throw. Here's Nizic. Olsen, tidy flick around the corner. Hollingdale turns on the accelerator, but is seen all the way. It's going to be a foul in favour of Blacktown City. Kodai Tanaka. Lachlan Tilt. Nick O'Brien. Jackson Brown on the half turn. Malia. Blacktown City into the attacking third. They've found a good pass here for Jackson Brown. Looking for the cross. That's going to ricochet off Pasewski. So Blacktown City's turn now to have their first corner of the contest. As mentioned, coming into today's game, Sutherland looking to go 4 wins in a row. The last time they did that was July 2013. 12 years and 11 months since they got 4 consecutive wins. Having to defend the corner now. It's back post. It's a good ball too, but Daniel Nizic, a safe pair of hands despite the obstruction in his way. Chesky takes the space afforded to him and will just gallop through midfield and keeps his run going. Shueke has gotten the other side of the defence. Shueke! And just wide of the goal again. A couple of great opportunities for the Sutherland Sharks, and it really started out of nothing. Jamie Paczewski had the ball at the base of the defence around halfway. Didn't see a pass that he liked ahead of him, decided to take on a couple of players, and that opened up the Blacktown defence. And again, Richard Shueke gets behind the defence. And the whole crowd waited in bated breath because he just chipped it over Caden Henderson. It looked good off the boot initially from our angle. A couple of big warning shots fired by Sutherland. Blacktown in need of a response. There's Yanni Nicolau. Take this throw right in front of Mark Crittenden. Choi. I'll go back with Nizic. Fiorese. Gian Fiorese. I'll go patient. Nizic is forced to go long this time. A couple of players underneath it. It's Nick O'Brien who's been solid in the air. Major under heavy pressure, couldn't keep, but is told to get back to his feet by Gian Fiorese, who's marking him. And so Sutherland can restart through their central defensive trio. It's really seen as though with Sutherland, the more games this team plays together, the better they've gotten. Here's Olsen. Nizic. Fiorese. Going for the direct option. That's far too close to Caden Henderson. And Blacktown City won't mind that. If they can stay in their defensive structure, they've got their 2 main attacking options up top to look for. There's Travis Major resuming his battle with Fiorese. Major and Marley, incidentally, have scored 12 of Blacktown City's last 14 goals since round 8. It is a phenomenal start. The burden that is carried by their 2 veteran strikers, aging like fine wine. Thijs van Amerongen. Choi checking off the defence. Brendan Gann has space to work with there. He can find some time to pick out a pass. It's left behind Olsen, but the attack will stay alive. Nicolau around the corner. He was looking for Olsen, but Olsen was in an offside position. And so that attack comes to an end. No surprise that Sutherland have started the brighter of the 2 teams. 2 big chances already for Richard Shueke. Long option from Blacktown. Sutherland are first to it. Yej. O'Brien. Shueke hurried him into that pass. Jackson Brown, oh, sorry, not Jackson Brown, rather Hayward is brought down. That's an easy call for referee Thomas Dale, who was involved a little bit in the Australian Championship. Sutherland themselves searching to be involved in that competition. They are just outside that spot, of course, the highest placed non-foundation club will take an Australian Championship spot. Right now that's Rockdale, who sit in 5th. The top 4 are all foundation clubs, so if it stays that way, finishing 5th will guarantee you qualification. Jackson Brown, here's the overlapping Kodai Tanaka. A first-time ball is swerving and dipping. It's towards Yej, and it's off the post. Another opportunity. This time it falls the way of Blacktown. Maniti lets fly with a strike. Ricochets kindly for Daniel Nizic, but Maxim Yej with a great opportunity. A well-worked move by Blacktown City. It's Kodai Tanaka who provided the width. A very open game so far already. Chances flowing either way. And Maxim Yej had to get up for it, but it was put in a really good spot for him. Going back across the keeper. O'Brien. Check of the shoulder from Jackson Brown. Links up with his midfield partner, Jacob Maniti. Yej now on the charge. Goes back to Grimaldi. Tanaka. This right side has proved fruitful early for City. Scoring goals hasn't been an issue for Blacktown this season. It's been their defence more often than not that it's been a little leaky. Dropped points from a couple of winning positions, including their earlier game against Sutherland. Tanaka again looking for a repeat towards Major. And that's 2 fantastic crosses from Kodai Tanaka that have found their target both times. First to Maxim Yej, second to Travis Major. And Kodai Tanaka in his first season at Blacktown City has had a pretty good year. Took him a little time to adjust, but despite Blacktown's struggles, has put in a nice individual season and his crossing ability on full display early. We said that Blacktown City were in need of a response after giving up a couple of big chances early to Sutherland, and they've done just that. Major not far away, and now Kodai Tanaka tries to take matters into his own hands, tries to get the other side of Jordi Perez, but Perez is strong and quick enough to stay right with him. This is a really interesting battle on this right side. To the better fullbacks in this competition going head-to-head, Kodai Tanaka and Jordan Perez. Major flicking it around the corner for Hayward. Those two unable to find the pass, but Major on the press goes to ground and wins the foul, much to the protestations of the Blacktown City bench, in front of which the foul occurred. And so last 5 minutes, Blacktown City have slowly but surely found a bit more of a foothold in this contest. As mentioned, their head-to-head record is 8-2 in their last 10 games against Sutherland, so they know how to get a point against their opposition. And a point might be all they need. They're only 1 point away from climbing outside the bottom 2, although that might have just changed with St. George picking up a win earlier today. Yej, the smart ball in. Malia with the full stretched attempt. If you haven't seen the result earlier today, St. George FC went to the Village Green and put 4 goals past UNSW to 4-1 win. That's UNSW's first home loss of the season, and it's St. George FC's first win in 13 games. A timely win for a side that has entered the relegation scrap, one of Blacktown City's rivals on the table so far. Corner coming for Blacktown. Another looping, swerving delivery. Nizic. It was too close to him. Has been good under the high ball early. You'd expect no less from a keeper of his quality. Olsen asking Nicolau to chase that into the corner. Oh, sorry, Danny Choi to chase that into the corner. Danny Choi knowing his opponents very well today. Has only ever played for Blacktown City really in this competition before coming across to Sutherland. He's a big part of the side that made the finals last season for Blacktown City, so used to being in the finals. A different challenge ahead of them. Yej standing over this throw will go immediately down the line. Now, there's a bit of a coming together. It was a slip from a Sutherland player initially as Malia tripped over. Meanwhile, Tanaka is off the back stick, and that's off the back of his jersey. Very strange sequence over on that far side. I think it was Fairese that had slipped, and Malia was racing away, trying to get past him. Turned over, and it's fallen to Travis Major right on the edge of the area. He lets it go, and off the post and in for Travis Major. You cannot give him space around the edge of the area. And he picked out the bottom corner with complete accuracy with a laser strike from that right foot. And Blacktown City, after putting a couple of nice attacking moves together, draw first blood here in the Shire. And no surprise who it's from. Their leading scorer this season, Travis Major, with 9 goals on 20-26. What a year he is having. 36 years of age. He is putting in one of his best goal-scoring seasons. He has eclipsed his last campaign already. He's already gone past 2024 as well. And as mentioned, that is now 13 of Blacktown's last 15 goals that have come from one of either Travis Major or Mitch Malia. Now that is a real kick for Sutherland, who started the game so brightly, some big chances early, but now find themselves behind on the scoreboard. Olsen trying to free up Shueke. Shueke has the speed here. Tilt has him covered though. Oh, sorry, Nick O'Brien has him covered across the ground. Foul will be called against Malia. And that's exactly what Mark Crittenden would have wanted from his team. Weather the storm early, they would have expected Sutherland to come out swinging and then take their chances when they've come. And it's probably not their best look at goal of the game. Maxim Yej's header was a good attempt, as was Major's header a little earlier, but Travis Major, the press worked and found the back of the net. Looked clear by Jackson Brown. start the press, but just looks across, sees no one's going with him, and will temper his run ever so slightly. As mentioned, that goal, the work of good pressing, and because Sutherland was spaced out trying to spread the Blacktown City defence, their own back four was just sitting off Major a little bit. And Major realised, well, there's no one up ahead of me. I'm 20 yards out from goal. And had the green light. And didn't he take that opportunity? So we'll see what Blacktown do here. As mentioned, their defence has been a little leaky at times. They've conceded the second most goals in the competition this season. So if they do decide to sit back in their defensive shape, it will be a tall task away from home. We've seen these teams play wild games already, including earlier this season. Wouldn't be surprised. So there's more goals to come. Still plenty of time for Sutherland, and they would want to get something back before the break as Tilt. Swerving delivery, search of Major, comes back down with Haywood. Maniti is fighting for possession, but Hollingdale is able to get it away. More extended spell of possession coming for the visitors. Grimaldi. Down it is with Mitch Malia. Gets away from Jordi Perez. Malia still with the ball. Blocked by Van Amerongen. Will be a Blacktown City throw. There's a real logjam of teams in the middle of the table. The top three have really separated themselves, but outside of that, there is a whole host of teams in the middle of the pack. So much so that only 6 points separates, well, should I say 8 points separates 6th from 15th, which are the two sides playing out here today. Sutherland in 6th compared to Blacktown in 15th. That's on the live ladder, so a win for Blacktown City wouldn't quite get them out of the bottom two because of St. George FC's win earlier today. But the fact that St. George FC have won means that at least a point, if not all three, becomes essential, because even with this win, Blacktown City are a point back from getting out of the relegation playoff spot. It's been a real story of this season, how congested the mid-table is. Meanwhile, Gann finds his way through midfield. Still with Brendan Gann, and still Gann. Maybe should have thought about the shot there. Unselfishly gives it up to Perez, who swings the ball in just over the crossbar. And Brendan Gann there, things just parted open for him. And on the edge of the 18, opted to give it up. Not necessarily known for his goal-scoring exploits is Brendan Gann, but in that sort of position, you wouldn't criticise him for having a go. Hollingdale. Yesh. Here is Malia. Sutherland will try and prevent the corner here, but they've almost turned it over inside their own box. And it will be a corner. Now Sutherland were shepherding the ball out of play, sensing that a goal kick may have been coming, but last touch was actually off Sutherland, so it's going to be a Blacktown City corner. Encouraging signs for the visitors. They'd love a second goal here. They've been putting on some real pressure in the last 10 minutes. Malia is over there to take this right in front of those watching from the Smithies bar. Malia towards the penalty spot, and It was Nick O'Brien curling around. Oh, sorry, Lockie Tilt, I should say, curling around. You wouldn't expect to see him on the end of that, but again, another successful cross from Blacktown City. They're one of the sides that likes to cross quite a lot in this league. They lead the competition in terms of crosses attempted, according to the advanced data. And their accuracy so far this evening has been pretty much on point. Hollingdale back with Pachevsky. Major tried to cut that pass to Nizic, but eventually finds its way through. Van Amerongen. Pachevsky. Quicker is the cry from David Perkovic. He wants this side to move this set defence around. You can see Blacktown City are back in their 4-4-2. So 33 minutes gone here at Seymour Shore. If you joined us late, it's Travis Major's 9th goal of the season that has the visitors in front. A couple of other games going on, which we'll update you in a second. Shueke and Olsen not far away from linking up there. So score updates from around the grounds. Northwest Sydney Spirit FC lead a 1-0 over Sydney Olympic. Meanwhile, Wollongong and Apia has just kicked off down the coast. That's an important battle for Wollongong to try and establish their credentials as a real contender. I mean, the top three of Sydney United, Apia and Marconi have really separated themselves. Wollongong sit outside that in 4th position. And Sutherland currently back in 6th, who were 1 point clear of Sydney FC coming into today's game, but I want to try and put more of a buffer. And the Wanderers, who picked up a win a little earlier today, are now 1 point behind them as well. Sydney FC still to play tomorrow. As we've turned the corner and went well into the second half of the season now, these games become so important with how tight the margins are for finals, for relegation, for the premiership, whatever your respective side is playing for. There's still about 12 different sides in contention for finals. Maniti, quick pass up ahead to Malia. He's got a bit of room to work with. Mitch Malia was so close to picking out that top corner. And a bit of magic on that famous left foot of Mitch Malia. It wasn't far away. Got good power, good height on the strike, and there was nothing that Daniel Nizic would have been able to do about that. Again, it's a breakdown defensively, in possession from Sutherland as they play out from the back. It's not the first time they've turned it over. The other time they did was when Travis Major scored the only goal of the game so far. Quick touches from Liège. Major going back to the former Shark, Nathan Grimaldi. O'Brien. Has to be very careful not to turn it over. Danny Choi was lurking between the lines. Jackson Brown in a battle with Pachevsky for this one. It's Pachevsky who has half a foot of height on him and gets away from him with relative ease. Caleb Jackson Brown returning to Blacktown City this season. Bounced around a little bit after departing. Went to the then Mount Druitt Town Rangers. They were then relegated from the competition. Went across to Spirit FC where he played in the Australian Championship. Had a nice campaign for them. Returns to the side where he's played so long in Blacktown City. Here is Shueke. There's Kodai Tanaka for company on this left-hand side. Tries to play through him. And Tanaka stands up and wins it cleanly, says referee. Perez. Flick was obstructed by Kodai Tanaka, who's put in a very solid game so far. Major. Nodding it down for Malia. He's a bit isolated right now, is Mitch Malia. Hayward is joining in, but they'll go backwards before they go forwards. Jacob Maniti, very much the metronome of this Blacktown City midfield, allows Seb Hayward and Caleb Jackson-Brown a bit more freedom ahead of him. Major at an awkward height for him, but he kept it. And Blacktown City will want this sort of possession. Just knocking it around, keeping Sutherland back. About 7 minutes to go till half time. If they can get to the break with this lead intact. Some more instructions from Mark Crittenden. Interestingly, Mark Crittenden doesn't enjoy a particularly good record against David Perkovich, even though he's very good against the Sutherland Sharks. David Perkovich has only beaten, Mark Crittenden has only beaten David Perkovich once in their 7 meetings, stretching back to Perko's time as a manager at Northwest Sydney Spirit FC. Perkovich with 6 wins against Crito, 2 of the more established managers in this competition. Malia, Kodai Tanaka is trying to get around Jordi Perez, and Tanaka has gone past him. Tanaka to the byline, cutting it back. Seb Hayward would have had a tap in had it not been for a full stretch effort from Fiorese to deny him. Again, it's this right-hand side of Blacktown City that is causing a lot of problems for Sutherland. Kodai Tanaka proving to be so dangerous with the added width he's bringing down this near side of the pitch. Again, eventually won back by Danny Choi. Van Amerongen will slow things down a little bit. Looking for that splitting pass. It's Perez's turn to overlap on Tanaka. This time, Perez wins it back. Deflection keeps it at the feet of Olsen. Square pass. Hollingdale. Back to Olsen, drilling it towards the penalty spot. It's still with Shaweke. It won't quite fall for a shooting position for him, as again raised his hands, and an easy call for the referee, who was right there to spot that. Maniti. Grimaldi. Hayward. Strong touch. Keeps it with him. Yej. First time ball is low and hard, and it's cleared away. Another corner coming for Blacktown City. It's been a very entertaining game of football so far. 2 teams playing a nice brand of football, a couple of good chances already. What can Malia deliver this time? A second goal before the break would be very nice for Blacktown City. And now as they're coming together in the box, it's been waved away by the official. Yej flicks that over his shoulder. It's headed down. Hollingdale has to get rid of it in a hurry. And Caleb Jackson-Brown sends it out over the sideline to stop any potential counter-attack. Nizic. Fiorese. Olsen. Darting across the park. Had to get rid of it. It's with Hollingdale. Again, Blacktown City have won it in the attacking half. Oh, he slipped on the ball there. Has Mitch Malia. Choi has a lot of green space up ahead of him. He drives straight into it and picks out a good pass to Perez if he can keep this in. Perez across the face. Important touch by O'Brien. Shueke was lurking, and now the Sutherland fans start to find their voice, sensing that their side needs a bit of a boost before half-time. Long throw from Perez. It's a good one too. It's flicked back by Blacktown. Nicolau from the edge of the area. Good connection with it. Last touch off O'Brien, so it will be Sutherland corner. Corner to come for Sutherland. Again, they're all in that 6-yard box. It's looped in. Back post! Has that gone over? Big appeals for it. Sutherland feel that it crossed the line. It was Jamie Pachevsky at the back post who was claiming it. And a goal line clearance has kept Blacktown City's clean sheet intact. And now they have to worry about the counter. Sutherland having to track back. Seb Haywood was trying to get there, but Yanni Nicolau, so speedy, unable to get possession, but he's turned it over as quickly as it's been won. What a entertaining first half it's been already. Sutherland will be amazed that they haven't found the back of the net as the fourth officials board goes up. That'll be 2 minutes of time added on. Tilt. His ball is a good one. It's with Haywood. Couldn't quite get away, but Sutherland will know that there will be more chances in this game for them. The chances haven't dried up despite Blacktown taking the lead. Travis Major takes it towards the corner and is one his side a corner. I think they'll try and take some more time off the clock here. Will Sutherland. Maybe a final opportunity of the half here for Blacktown. Malia. Deep cross, it's over everyone. Grimaldi has to get back towards this. Does win it. Yej. Chested down. Van Amerongen gets it away. Sent up ahead. Work for Danny Choi to do, but ran out of room over on the sideline. Oh, great touches by Danny Choi. Plucked that out of the sky and now is asking Shueke to chase. Nick O'Brien had a big enough head start on him. And so half-time has been called for, and so Blacktown City have executed their game plan so far to near perfection. A goal to Travis Major has them in front at the break, but chances to Sutherland have them well and truly in this game, including a goal line clearance late in the half. So half-time here at Seymour Shaw. It's Sutherland Sharks 0, Blacktown City 1.
Headley has come over to the right flank to help out. Tay Headley skips around a defender, went to ground rather slowly. I don't have to convince the referee there was a foul. Lancaster, a bending ball and a header in.
An ex-Western Sydney Wanderer called Chimenti. It's Allen against Chimenti. And he slots it into the bottom corner and gives Sydney United the lead as they look. I may have said Rose, doing my best. There's no board here, so I'm having to do the count. Zanic, he's it out wide to Jennings. He's got Rule making the overlapping run. He goes to him. It's Carlos de Oliveira! Sydney United double their lead.
His last goal, in fact, in that 1-0 victory for the Raiders. Prendergast is under pressure. It's Knezovic! He does have goal number 3 of the season. We were just speaking about it. Scoring that late equaliser in that 1-1 draw at the Village Green. As Prendergast has been caught out off his line. Oh my word, what a strike! And he finds Kuda. Kuda back again for Kaspers. Lovely overlapping run. O'Driscoll holding up down there in the corner. Kaspers with Kuda. Oh, he's taken a heavy challenge there, Michael Kuda. Down he goes. Free kick taken quickly. Referee says play on. Gonzalez steps inside, drives it in, and he's opened the scoring. Oscar Gonzalez from the quickly taken free kick there. Nicely. Just 1-0 for Appia Leichhardt. And here's Ortiz. Ortiz, can he get a touch inside the box? Ortiz is there. Oh, what a finish from Presley Ortiz. Absolutely fantastic.
Hollingdale's efforts up and over the wall. Fantastic effort from Riley Hollingdale. St. George can't buy a goal at the moment. This corner swung in. Rising header, and there it is! The much-needed goal for St. George. Battled Blacktown City. As here with Shueki. Not clear. Shueki finds the bottom corner.
Bring them any further towards goal. Foti. Oh, this is the moment. Pedersen! Beautifully timed ball. And Johan Pedersen. Another effort long. Clarkson is up ahead of Tap. There were no blue shirts in the picture. A second bite. And the ball is kept alive by Tap Tap. Another net win for St. George City. It can't be long now. And a volley it through a Forest. Olympic and the equaliser. Unbelievable.
Elliott finds Constable. He might try here. Flicks the ball up for McCarthy. Kept out the first time, but not the second. Right on the stroke of half-time. Mitch Malia looking to whip it in. Header from Grimaldi. Can't be denied that time, Travis Major. They kept away the initial header. Constable. McCarthy, originally deflected. Scortati's smart ball! And Chalakan buries it! And does he maybe?
Cocktails deep in form. First Ješić with a chance, and Marko Ješić puts it away. It was a delightful pass from Franco.
guess you've got like more. Oh, no way, really? Oh, instead of filming. Okay. That's really interesting. Wow, I've never heard that. That's cool. What podcast are you listening to tonight? Is it the same one? Okay. It's a very productive use of time. Sometimes do the shark chase, right? They're not doing it tonight. I was keen for it. Yeah, he was walking around.
Headley has come over to the right flank to help out. Tay Headley skips around a defender, went to ground rather slowly. Not enough to convince the referee there was a foul. Lancaster, a bending ball and a header in.
An ex-Western Sydney Wanderer, Kyle Chimenti. It's Allen against Chimenti. And he slots it into the bottom corner and gives Sydney United the lead as they look. I may have said Rose, doing my best. There's no board here, so I'm having to do the count. Zanic, he's it out wide to Jennings. He's got Rule making the overlapping run. He goes to him. It's Carlos de Oliveira! Sydney United double their lead.
His last goal, in fact, in that 1-0 victory for the Raiders. Prendergast is under pressure. It's Knezovic! He does have goal number 3 of the season. We were just speaking about it. Scoring that late equaliser in that 1-1 draw at the Village Green. As Prendergast has been caught out off his line. Oh my word, what a strike!
And he finds Kuda. Kuda back again for Kasper's lovely overlapping run. O'Driscoll holding up down there in the corner.
Wins for the first time since July 2013. I mentioned that in the first half. A bit more history and detail behind that. Coincidentally, the team they played to win their 4th straight game, their last 4th straight win, was the team they're playing today, Blacktown City, and it was at Seymour Shore as well. And also, coincidentally, Travis Major was playing for Blacktown City that day, and Nick Olsen was playing for the Sutherland Sharks. Nice little instance of history repeating itself. They always say that time is a flat circle. As mentioned, these sides have seen so much of each other down the years. It's no surprise their histories do overlap a little bit. Interestingly, at that time when Sutherland put together their last winning run of 4 games, they were top of the table in 2013. Ended up finishing second behind Sydney United. So big names were in that team. You had Nick Stavroulakis, you had Penny Nikas as well. Nick Olsen as well was just a much younger version of himself than he is now. Malia looking for Major at the back post. It has found Travis Major. It's with Major still. And an important last-ditch challenge from Riley Hollingdale has denied Seb Hayward what would have been Blacktown City's second goal of the game straight out of the break. Blacktown City had a goal line clearance of their own at this end of the pitch in front of that very goal to deny Jamie Pacheski what would have been an equaliser. And now it's Sutherland's turn to scramble across their own goal line. Shueke having to press. Henderson takes a safe option and sends that out over the sideline. Nicolau asking for some options ahead of him. Drops it short to Olsen. Fiorese. You can just see Jamie Pacheski will step into midfield a couple of times when Sutherland do have possession in an advanced part of the pitch as Nicolau turns Liège. And because Sutherland do have that extra bit of possession, they will need maybe an extra number to keep that ticking over as Choi has found a bit of room, but pass is too close to Henderson, his former teammate. Intercepted by Perez. Sorry, Brendan Gann intercepting. Tilt, launching that down the line. It's over the head of everyone. Pacheski nods that back and had just enough juice on it to get to Daniel Nizic. Rolled out for Nicolau. Gian Fiorese. Direct option with Shueke. And Shueke a little bit frustrated that he didn't quite get to it. Shueke has looked very lively in this contest. So close to picking up a goal early. Had 2 good chances inside the first 20 minutes. Looking for goal number 6 of 2026. Maniti tussling for possession. He's the one that comes away with it, but Hollingdale made it hard work. It's Caleb Jackson-Brown that spreads the pass wide. Major looking for a pass with Korai Tanaka, who had a very positive first half, did the Japanese right back. A few really dangerous crosses, 3 that led to good opportunities for Blacktown. Will be Lachlan Tilt to take the throw right in front of all the kids playing in the mini pitch. Long throw from Tilt. Olsen gets that over to Choi. Pass was intercepted though. Great feet from Korai Tanaka, and that's a good ball up ahead to Another goal coming maybe for Travis Major. And he puts it away. And Travis Major cannot be stopped in 2026. He's up to double digits on the year now. And he has been clinical at Seymour Shore here tonight. Another well-worked goal down that right-hand side. Kore Tanaka starting the move. It was squared across to Travis Major. And there was only going to be one result from there. An emphatic finish from the man they call the mayor of Blacktown. What a season he is having. They have really needed him this year. And all the talk has been with Blacktown, where would they be without the goals of Travis Major and Mitch Malia too? Going back to that stat that I quoted in the first half, that is now 14 of Blacktown's last 16 goals have been scored by either Travis Major or Mitch Malia. Coincidentally, that is 10 of their 26 goals, 14 of their 26 goals on the season have come from two men. And now Sutherland really find themselves on the ropes. How will they respond at home? As mentioned, Blacktown City not particularly proficient away from Landon Stadium this season. Just the one win in their 9 away games coming into today. 5 draws to go with it. Makes them 11th best in the competition in terms of away form. Incidentally, their 5 draws is the most away draws of any side in the competition. No side has more than 3. But if they can get a win here today, it puts a bit of breathing room between themselves and Sydney Olympic, who currently occupy that automatic relegation spot. And a win is absolutely necessary to stay in touch with 14th place St. George FC, who picked up an away win against NSW. Hollingdale across to Choi. And this goal now gives Blacktown City a bit of a buffer. Now they'll be reminded of their game back in March. That's a foul on Travis Major, meanwhile. There's a bit of a coming together between Major and I think that's Brendan Gann, who sportingly helps him back up to his feet. Now last time these two teams met, Blacktown City were up 2-0 at this exact point in the game. It was then 3 straight goals for Sutherland that led them to a 3-2 win. Now a double sub has been made by David Perkovic. It will be Danny Choi, who's going to be replaced by Tarek Meyer. Well, they're actually waiting to process that sub. Jamie Pachewski's testing out his knee, will require treatment. So over across on that far side, Tarek Meyer and Takumi Afuka appear to be receiving some instructions. Daniel Nizic has just gone across to have a chat with David Perkovic as well, as have a couple of other Sutherland players. And this is a critical juncture in this game for Sutherland. Still about 35 minutes, so game is still there for them. They were in this exact position, as mentioned, when these two teams met, but last time these two teams met, Blacktown City had 2 players sent off. So Jamie Pachewski is hobbling off the pitch, just trying to jog off that knock. That sub for Sutherland will have to wait a little bit. And so Jamie Pachewski seems like he is going to come back onto the field of play. Now, meanwhile, Blacktown City are waiting to take the free kick that resulted from Travis Major being fouled by Brendan Gann. Nick O'Brien just inside halfway. A looping effort in. Jackson Brown is faked out of it by Riley Hollingdale, and Pacheski rejoins the field of play. Long throw by Perez. Another one shepherded out. Blacktown City can restart again here. Grimaldi. Here's Yej. Major wins that second ball. Tried the cheeky back heel, was read by Brendan Gann, and now Gann runs into Maniti. Gann was looking for a foul. And now that sub will happen. So Tariq Maya and Takumi Afuka will enter the field of play. They'll replace Jean Fiorese and Danny Choi. So a midfielder and a winger replace a defender and a winger. It looks like the Sharks will switch to a back four away from their back three / back five. An attacking-minded substitution from David Perkovic as his side chase down this deficit. Major. Hayward lets that go up the field of play. A big task for Blacktown City now. They'll have to execute and see out this game from a winning position. Their defence has been a big talking point throughout this season. As mentioned in the first half, they have shipped the second most goals in the NPL New South Wales competition this season, have Blacktown City. Check of the shoulder from Hollingdale, realises he has space. Maya, first touches for him, across to Gann. Afuka. Perez. Blacktown well set up, they force Sutherland to reset a little bit. Afuka. Maya. Afuka again. Dances along the sideline, wriggles free of a couple of defenders. Takumi Afuka still in possession. Shiweke, the pass was just behind him. And Nathan Grimaldi is barking out to, I think, Kodai Tanaka and Mitch Marley wanting his players on the right side of the pitch to tuck in. They want to keep this defence nice and compact to Blacktown City. Nicolau. Yes, stands in front of him, but drags him down. Afuka, a full stretch to keep it in. He did that. Will be a Sutherland throw. No real movement on the bench yet for Mark Crittenden. We'll see if he does decide to freshen things up, but for now he's liking what he's seeing from his starting 11, which have them 2 goals in front away in the Shire. That falls nicely for Riley Hollingdale though. Maya, a good pass back. It's flicked back as well. A ricochet gets it away for Blacktown City, but for a brief moment, the Sharks were building something quite dangerous. It's a foul against Tariq Maya. Dragging back Caleb Jackson-Brown. Might give you some score updates from around the grounds. As mentioned, there's those 2 other NPL games happening at the moment. Major goes flying through, doesn't quite connect with the ball. And now Major is shaking out his arm. Now He is clutching at his shoulder here. Did fall pretty awkwardly. May have just jarred his wrist, I think, on the way down, did Travis Major. Taking you across the NPL New South Wales men's, Spirit FC lead 3-0 over Sydney Olympic, so that's welcome news for Blacktown City fans. Meanwhile, Apia lead 1-0 at half-time over the Wolves down south. Sutherland getting forward, a big shout here, and the referee points to the spot. Blacktown to go to protest here, but there certainly was a trip. It was a good move down that side by the Sutherland Sharks. There was contact, a question of whether player got the ball. I think it's Jordan Perez that was racing through. So often a key player in these attacking moves, and Blacktown City immediately weren't happy with the initial call, but they'll have to live with it because it's going to be a penalty for the Sharks. There was no hesitation from referee Thomas Dale in pointing to the spot. Didn't need to think very long about it. Had a good angle for it as well. Now taking a look at it, it's going to be Nick Olsen that stands over it. A chance to get Sutherland back into this game. He scored 2 penalties against Blacktown the last time these two teams met. It was his penalty that kick-started the comeback. On that day, it's Nick Olsen. Chips it past with absolute composure. Ice cold from Nick Olsen to get the Sharks fans up and about here at Seymour Shore. And is that the goal that kick-starts the comeback for Sutherland? They're in this game now, and they've got more than enough time to get something from it. And they say a 2-goal lead is the most dangerous lead in football. That is about to be tested again here tonight. Early ball in. It's a good one too, and Blacktown almost responded immediately. And now this is going to be some real ending to this one here at Seymour Shore. We've had 3 goals already. The parallels to their earlier meeting this season are notable. Olsen moving that on. Here is Hollingdale. All the momentum with the hosts right now. Can they take advantage of it? Afuka stands it up. Cross doesn't beat the first defender. Blacktown City will have to be careful here. Counter is coming. Major doesn't have much in the way of support, so we'll just hold it up and head towards the corner. Good pass to keep the move going. Sutherland win it back and keep it in the field of play. Physical battle right in front of the Sharks bench. They want the foul. It will be a Blacktown City throw, and now there's a tussle for possession right in front of the benches too, and now there's a bit of feeling in this one. It's happened right in front of our Football New South Wales photographer Damien Briggs as well, who's no doubt going to get some good shots of that one. And now referees will just have to be careful to keep a lid on proceedings here. These two teams, things were very fiery the last time they met with those 2 red cards. Sutherland scored in the 87th and 98th minute to get their second and third goals back in March when these two teams met at Landon Stadium. So a late comeback against Blacktown City isn't foreign to Sutherland. It's not foreign to Blacktown either, who are well aware of the task ahead of them. As Thomas Dale touches off him, this will be a drop ball. And Mark Crittenden, in response to that goal, is going to go to his bench. Looks to have a man coming on. I think that's Adam Berry. And it will be Berry. Caleb Jackson-Brown receiving some additional instructions too. So Mitch Marley will depart. Adam Berry comes on in his place. And Berry and Major just having a bit of a chat as to how they're going to structure this Blacktown City defence. I think that's a signal from Blacktown that they're going to 4-5-1. Well, at least Major will be the sole attacking threat. Good run forward on that right side by Kodai Tanaka. He has been so industrious on that wing for Blacktown City so far this evening. Blacktown very happy to have the ball out of play and the ball down this end of the pitch. Sutherland want Blacktown to hurry up a little bit. Tanaka over the throw. It's down with Travis Major. Has Jordi Perez on his back. It's a low-driven cross. It's back still with Blacktown City. Cleared away by Nicolau. Nicolau turns. Has space ahead of him. Will try and take Yej one-on-one. Gets past him. Is tripped. Easy call for the official. Nick Olsen has scored Sutherland's fourth penalty of the season. They have scored the most penalties of any side in the competition, have Sutherland. A 4 or 5 from the spot. Hollingdale. He's the one that takes it. Pacheski had overcommitted a little bit. That's off the head of Berry on the charge down. Nicolau. Hollingdale. Olsen. Nicolau again. The task ahead of Sutherland is clear. They know Blacktown are going to dig their heels in defensively. Grimaldi's touch wins it back for City. Cool work by Pacheski, who seems to have at least partially shaken off that knock. Does appear to be favouring one side at the moment. Did have that knee being checked out a little earlier. Berry. O'Brien. Maniti twists and turns to clear it away. Nizic having to do a bit of sweeper work. Nicolau. Now the press is coming a little bit here. Nizic is well away from his goal. Didn't want to take those chances. Grimaldi, a good header. Hayward, a slight nudge in the back of Hollingdale, but it's enough to warrant the referee's whistle. Takumi Afuka has found some space. Looking to link up with former Wollongong teammate Nick Olsen. So they may not have crossed paths at Wollongong. Nick Olsen and Afuka. Afuka, of course, with Spirit FC last season. Wollongong had Nick Olsen playing for them in his gold medal winning campaign as competition player of the season. Another good move on that same side that they won the penalty from Sutherland, but it's broken up by Blacktown, and Perez walks away knowing he was guilty for pulling on the shirt of Blacktown player. 20 minutes to go. 20 minutes for Sutherland to get a point or maybe more. 20 minutes for Blacktown to hold out what would be a valuable 3 points on the road, a rare 3 points on the road at that. Nicolau checks inside. They go back to Nizic. Now Blacktown make their move and press. Nizic is forced to go long. One in the air by Berry. Maniti tries to flick that behind him. Nicolau stopped his header from getting any further forward. Shueke. Perez bustling forward through the traffic. It's still with Perez. He's gotten forward. He's gotten behind the defence again. That time they win it cleanly to Blacktown. As Berry wriggles free of a bit of contact and asks Travis Major, who's toiled hard all game. He's in a entanglement with Thijs van Emmeronken. And too much contact coming from Travis Major. Meyer looking for that killer pass to Shueke, who signals that he wanted that more towards the sideline than centrally. Grimaldi takes his time on the ball. Here is Adam Berry. Henderson. Karai Tanaka has kept that in. And to the benefit of Sutherland, who can restart with Nizic. Tilt strong in the air. Berry having to crash into the advertising in front of Mark Crittenden. Good crowd in tonight on your Saturday afternoon. Grandstand mostly full, the bar area definitely full. And a nice contingent on the hill in front of us. It's made for a good afternoon's worth of action. They've been treated to one goal. Will they be treated to more? The Sutherland faithful. Olsen. Perez is unmarked. A low cross in, asking questions of the defence. Blacktown are able to answer them. Hollingdale is slightly tripped up by Travis Major. Yej goes route one to Major, shrugs off the first defender but can't get away from the second, and Major is appealing that he thought there was either a handball or a foul there, and now he drops down a little bit. You can see the fatigue is starting to affect him a little bit. Olsen between the lines, dispossessed. Maniti goes in strongly against Tarek Meyer. Olsen has been playing a little more centrally as the game has ticked on. Nicolau, early cross, is in a dangerous enough position, but no one's making that run. Afukub and Perez. We'll stay with Sutherland. They've got the throw. About 15 minutes to go here at Seymour Shore. Early cross. It's fallen nicely for Hollingdale, but it's off his arm. And that'll end that move, as it almost sprung out of nothing for Sutherland. Now Blacktown City go to the bench for the second time tonight. Will be Riley Nolan coming on. As has replaced Caleb Jackson-Brown. So another set of fresh legs on in midfield. Blacktown sensing that they need those extra legs to compete with the onslaught of possession that Sutherland are throwing at them. Henderson. Long option. Shueke. One on the ground by Yesh. And Blacktown have to be careful that they just don't get into the trap of lumping it long and asking Travis Major to do the rest. Of course, the less they have of the ball, the more they'll have to work and the more fatigue they'll get defending. So if they can keep possession a little more, it'll make things difficult for Sutherland. Meyer slides it wide for Yanni Nicolau. Has plenty of space to operate in. Nick Olsen makes the run. Nick Olsen still at his feet, looking to create a move. Olsen, 3 Blacktown defenders for company as that early cross from Yanni Nicolau doesn't quite pan out as well as he would have hoped. Now it's Sutherland's turn to make a change. This would be their third of the game. So Richard Shueke has exited the pitch. Looks like it's number 30, Julian Fideli. Back it goes to Nizic. And Fideli, of course, scored last time these two teams met. Scored Sutherland's equalising goal on the 87th minute. Mark Crittenden hoping to tap into that again, as now Sutherland have won a foul and Travis Major has been booked for kicking the ball away. He's having to drop a little deeper now to defend. Sutherland pushing Blacktown further and further back as they push for this equaliser. Good ball in from Meyer. Grimaldi has his head to it. Afuka. That's launched in. Thijs van Emmerongen was underneath it, but didn't quite get up for it. Nicolau, throw in taken quickly. Sutherland very much in a hurry. Time is of the essence for them. If they are to keep this unbeaten run of 4 games alive, if they are to keep this winning streak of 3 games alive, and do what they haven't been able to do for the first time in 12 years and 11 months, and win 4 straight league games in the NPL. Pass too close to the sideline. Grimaldi allows it to dribble out. Daniel Nizic barking out words of encouragement from the back, sensing that his side do have a good grip on this game, but it's about making their chances count. And Caden Henderson will be booked for wasting some time. Lumps it long. Major underneath. Blacktown have picked up 5 red cards this season. Of course, they picked up 1 last week. No Jack O'Brien. Does hurt their attacking depth a little bit. But he's been in and out of the squad this season due to injury. They lead the league in red cards to Blacktown City, including the 2 they picked up in their other meeting against Sutherland this year. O'Brien, emphatic clearance, and Travis Major will get to this. Forces Sutherland into some action. Kodai Tanaka over and across to take this throw. Short to Nolan. And Tanaka, Nolan with the flick. Nolan was in an offside position. Pachevsky. Afuka has switched over to this wing. Doesn't use the overlapping Nicolau, elects to go inside. Meyer. Hollingdale. Turns on it with Berry stopping him from looking at that left side of the pitch. Under 10 minutes to go here for Sutherland. Olsen. Sutherland keep the ball moving. Meyer. Speculative effort is blocked. Over the head of Perez. And now Blacktown have won the foul. That's welcome news for them. They can stop the ball and retake possession, reset their defence, and perhaps even more valuably, take more valuable seconds off the clock. Miscommunication at the back. Travis Major might benefit from this. Major is dragged down, and it's a foul. A question of whether it's inside the box or not. It's going to be just outside, judging by the referee's body language, and Thijs van Amerongen has been booked. But what an evening Travis Major has had. He has been a constant pest up front for this Sutherland defence. He has 2 goals to his name and was inches away from winning Blacktown City a penalty, and he would have certainly been the man to have taken it had he won it. Chance at his first hat-trick of the season, has scored a couple of braces already, and so Major will require a bit of treatment and a bit of thinking for Blacktown to do over this set piece. A golden opportunity to restore their 2-goal advantage. Was certainly very close to the box, and Thijs van Amerongen may feel that there wasn't much contact in it, but when you have your arm outstretched over an opposing attacker, that's always going to attract the attention of a referee. And this is not even half a metre outside of the 18-yard box. It's going to be Jacob Maniti to take, so he's a right footer. It'll be difficult for him to shoot from this position. Usually it would be the in-swinging left. What do Blacktown City have here? What are they thinking about? Perhaps a cheeky cross to the back post from Maniti. Just the one in the wall for Nizic. Maniti puts the cross in, was looking for Major, who made a quick run to the near post, but Sutherland clear their lines and diffuse the immediate danger. Major is draped in Sutherland defenders, and Nolan tries to wriggle his way through. And Major, despite having his arms up, was pinged for the foul he committed before he put his arms up. I think he knew he was walking a tightrope there. Of course, he is on a yellow card, but that foul wasn't nearly serious enough to warrant a second booking. Nicolau across to Hollingdale. Another sub is coming from the Blacktown bench. 5 minutes to go of the 90. We should have a decent chunk of stoppage time still to come. Van Amerongen. Meyer. Nolan has the fresh legs, and you can see he's just buzzing around the pitch, trying to make things that little bit more difficult for Sutherland. And they've turned it over as a result. Berry's pass only finds the sideline. I think that's where he wanted it to go. And now that sub will happen. So Travis Major will depart with his 2 goals on the evening. Those 2 goals could be so important in the context of not only this game, but in Blacktown's season as their push for survival continues. Confirmation of the sub. It is. Get back to that in just a moment as to who has come on for him. Cries of handball waves away. Maniti still has it. Blacktown looking to go. And that's slightly wide of Hayward. Sent up. Nick O'Brien takes no chances. Blacktown will have to be perfect to see out the rest of this game. Confirmation of that sub, it is Julian Rodriguez that has replaced Travis Major. Rodriguez coming to Blacktown this season from Bulls FC Academy. Now Blacktown still going. Still a big chance. It's deflected away, and an important deflection at that. Riley Nolan forcing some big defensive effort from Sutherland. Nisic having to play ball boy and putting that ball right at the corner flag because he doesn't want any time to be wasted, or wants as little time to be wasted as possible. Maxim Yej across to take, is in no hurry. Maniti will be the one to take instead. 2 minutes to go of the 90. What can Blacktown do? A 3rd goal would be the dagger. Maniti. A deep ball, back post, and again it's cleared off the line, this time by Brendan Gann. I think Nathan Grimaldi got up for that and has to track back quickly. Meyer sells the fake and beats a defender too. Hollingdale lets that roll on for Perez. They're out through this left side as Perez is tripped up by Rodriguez, who pleads with the referee that he got the ball, but regardless, there was plenty of contact. Blacktown City's bench aren't happy about it either. Tanaka, very solid tonight. Has barely put a foot wrong, has Kodai Tanaka. In both attack and defense, really. So here comes the long throw from Perez. Van Amerongen makes his move up towards the box, as does Pachevsky. Final minute of regulation now. Perez launches it in. It's flicked on. It's still with Pachevsky. Couldn't free the feet to shoot. It's cleared behind the bar area. Sutherland will have another opportunity here. Perez, take 2 of this long throw from the same position. It's higher this time. Blacktown clear, but only as far as Takumi Afuka, who had to wait for the ball to sit, and it wouldn't for him. That's a great pass. Ahead, Julian Rodriguez has Adam Berry busting forward through the center. Rodriguez still with him. Rodriguez! Another good deflection. Had to keep it away from goal. That one from Hollingdale. And Blacktown City won't mind that result, even though it didn't lead to a goal. The ball's down the other end of the pitch and the clock is stopped. And the referee, fourth official, I should say, Ilana Zic, has signalled for 6 minutes of time added on. So we are far from done here at Seymour Shore. Blacktown hoping to hold on to what would be just their 2nd away win this season. A win that gives them more hope of escaping the bottom 2. They're currently occupying the relegation playoff spot and would put a bit of distance between themselves and Olympic. Sutherland work it well. They've won possession back. They have the goal kick. Nizic slides that across. Nicolau. No real way forward. Just to wait for an option to present itself. It does in the form of Tarek Meyer, who's been dispossessed. Berry, there are numbers forward here for Blacktown. Adam Berry can slide it. Can shoot himself. Big save by Nizic. It keeps Sutherland in the game. Rodriguez. Now it's his turn with the back heel. Another important deflection by Sutherland to deny Riley Nolan. But not for the first time tonight. Sutherland almost the masters of their own demise as they tried to play out and were dispossessed. Adam Berry was searching for the side netting, but Nizic at full stretch, which gives Sutherland a hope in this game. Yesh ricochets off Meyer, another corner to come. This is exactly where Blacktown City want the ball to be. Yesh, this time he crosses. Rodriguez, the only man under it. Olsen has work to do from this position. Using Perez, back to Olsen. A sliding challenge from Grimaldi, doesn't keep it away from Sutherland. Perez, the crowd rises. He slips though at the vital moment. Anywhere will do for Blacktown City. Rodriguez couldn't quite wrap his boot around it. Meyer. Plenty of blue shirts forward. Here is Nicolau. Afuka. Back to Nicolau. Takes the space in the center of the pitch. Van Amerongen. Perez. Perez is trying to get down the side, and it will be a goal kick at the end of all of that. And you can see the Blacktown players rush across to applaud Kodai Tanaka on that far side for going full stretch and going toe-to-toe with Jordan Perez. It's been a joy to watch those two go up against each other here tonight. As Henderson takes no chances going long. It might come down here for Blacktown City, but Tarek Meyer sends it back from whence it came. Berry has possession, but all the Blacktown players were back defending, so he had to just hold it down for a second. Van Amerongen tangling with Rodriguez. Direct pass, Pachevsky falls down with Tarek Meyer. He gets away from one defender. Lots of nervous faces around Seymour Shaw. Perez. Maniti clears. Nizic sliding that down for Nicolau. Yanni Nicolau. You can just see how well set Blacktown are. It's a little static up top right now for Sutherland. Hollingdale puts that into the mixer, but Henderson is underneath and he claims. There may have been a coming together there. Sutherland fans not happy about the Blacktown players taking their time to get back to their feet. Anywhere will do for Caden Henderson. Oh, it's fallen kindly for Blacktown. They've won this second ball. Rodriguez is tussling and has won it back. Nolan drives forward, tries to strike himself wide of Nizic's goal. He keeps the ball down Sutherland's end of the pitch, though. It stops them from having an attack. How much time is left for the Sutherland Sharks? Pachevsky didn't win the header. Hayward has work to do and gets past Nicolau initially. Rodriguez is at the back post, but Hayward, who is labouring to get forward, has worked tirelessly in midfield. Heads for the corner instead. Hollingdale wins the foul, wins the free kick. Nizic pushes everyone forward. This may be a last attempt forward for the Sutherland Sharks. It won't be. It's full time at Seymour Shore. A massive win for Blacktown City, their second away win of 2026. And it comes against the top 6 side that was in good form heading into this evening's fixture. They hold on in the end despite a late fight back. A penalty for Nick Olsen, Sutherland's only goal of the evening, which came after 2 goals from Travis Major as he reaches double digits for 2026. It's a goal that only keeps Blacktown City in 15th position, but it puts a bit of distance between themselves and Sydney Olympic and draws them closer to safety, which they hope they will find soon. And if they can put together performances like this, more points will be coming for the boys from Landon Stadium. So full time at Seymour Shore. I've been Will Constantinides. An absolute pleasure to bring you this one from the Shire. It's Sutherland Sharks 1, Blacktown City 2.